Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Kingdom Come Deliverance and we're doing something very different. Today's armor guide is going to be for YouTuber Shad Brooks, I believe, from the channel Shadiversity. Great channel. If you haven't seen it, it's full of historical stuff, I guess. It's interesting. There's about armor, weapons, historical people, books. He talks about media, stuff like that. Interesting channel. You've probably heard of him. He wears armor in a lot of his videos, and actually it's period specific, like it's very similar to the period that Kingdom Come Deliverance is set in. It's a little, you know, it's not perfect for the setting, but I was like, hey, you know what? It's weird. I've never recreated this guy, so I'm going to give it a try. So let's just dive on into it with weapons. So for weapons, now this took a lot of thought. I had to give it a lot of thought. See, I've watched a lot of Shadiversity videos, and he likes a lot of weapons. So I considered the Becta Corbin or the Raven's Beak because he recently made a video going into almost nauseating detail about the Becta Corbin, which, to be fair, awesome weapon. Considered it. Didn't seem right. And given recent events, I seriously considered trying to find some sort of a way to imitate a quarterstaff, given how much he seems to like sticks. Or we could go with his all-time favorite weapon, the nunchuck. But I figured the tusk, because the tusk looks the most like that green longsword that he has in almost every single video. Like, if you've watched Shad's channel, then you'll know there's always a green longsword that has the same basic shape as this one, except the hilt is green. And he wears that almost every video. So that's why we went with the tusk. Plus, it's a really good longsword. Then, of course, I thought it was a no-brainer that we give him a nice thick yew longbow because he's really into longbows. And I recently downloaded a mod that I actually just recently made a video about that converts it into looking like this, which actually looks a lot like the longbow that Shad uses. So that's what I went with. Then I paired it with some better piercing arrows because, you know, they're awesome and they look a lot like field tips, which is what it looks like he uses most of the time. And then we have a dagger because even Shad needs a dagger. So that's weapons. Like I said, I could have gone with a lot of things given his history for making weapon-related videos, but these ones felt the most right because I feel like this type of weapon for the longbow and the sword have appeared in more videos than any other weapon for him. So that's what we went with. Let's move on to clothing. So for clothing, I kept it real simple because, you know, I'm not sure exactly what he wears, but this is what I can observe. I think he usually wears pretty dark pants, some sort of hose. I went with the fashionable black hose because Shad's obviously a person who cares about his appearance, so he wants to be fashionable. Then I went with the Noble's dark shoes because I think he wears some sort of a dark boot or shoe or something like that. And then, of course, his signature dark gamson. I wanted one that was a little bit thicker looking and more black, you know, to look more like the one he wears, but there wasn't any that was perfect, so this is the one I went with. So that's clothing. Now let's add on the mail. And for the mail, he doesn't wear any mail. It's a bummer. I mean, he has that one fake chainmail shirt that he liked wearing for a while there, but it just didn't feel right to include that because it wasn't real mail. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that if he was getting all armored up, he would at the very least put on some padded chausses for his legs. Because nobody likes getting whacked in the legs with a real sword or even a blunted weapon for Hema or anything like that. So we're going to give him padded chausses. So let's put on the rest of his armor and see what it looks like. All right, now unfortunately, Shad has a nasty habit of not wearing any head armor. He must get it from Hollywood. I don't know. Or maybe he just likes, you know, people being able to hear him when he makes videos. But whatever it is, he doesn't wear helmets, doesn't wear a chainmail coif, doesn't wear even a padded coif. He's very remiss when it comes to protecting his head. So we are not going to protect his head. I did give him Brigandine pauldrons, and now this is the only area of contention I have for the suit of armor because there's also the Brigandine dyed pauldrons, which look more like what he wears in his suit of Brigandine. But I don't have anything. He also wears like a Brigandine vambrace looking thing, or just whatever you'd call the lower arm armor part there. No gloves, interestingly, no gauntlets, which is the second most important place to cover after the head because you get hit in the hands most often, but no gloves for Shad. So we're going to go with the Brigandine pauldrons because it has the shoulder and the forearm protection. It also has the added elbow protection, which he doesn't have, and it's got a plate up here, so it's not perfect, but it's very close. Then, of course, the dyed Milanese Brigandine. This isn't the correct style. He has one that closes right down the middle and front, and those exist in this game, but not a red variant. And I feel like the color is more important than the style. So we went with that, so just picture the back on the front. Picture him wearing it backwards. So that's that. And then I went with the Aachen decorated chausses because, now mind you, I've never seen him wear any full chausses like this, but he does wear some fake, like like plastic looking or not looking. They actually look pretty real, but I think they're part of his fake suit of armor. Lower shin protection. And I'm just going to assume that if he ever completes the suit, he's going to fill out the top part to protect the thighs with some armor. And it obviously makes sense to go with the Brigandine style and match it with the red. So I think that this is what it could look like one day. So stat-wise, this isn't going to blow you out of the water. Value is 9,626.9 groschen. So this is medium to lower spectrum for what a knight would be wearing in the game. Price-wise, obviously, you can go a lot higher than this, but you could also get a little bit cheaper than that. So yeah, like I said, 9,626.9 groschen. As far as weight is concerned, this is a decently light suit of armor at only 51.5 pounds, so not too heavy there. It's actually decent for light armor. And then for the AAR, or average armor rating, we have 45.5, which is not very good. Anyone that's watched a lot of these videos will know that that is not a very good rating. So I would only wear this if you were really trying to roleplay as Shad. I can't think of much other reason. Or, alternatively, you could pop some mail on this, put on mail chausses, a hauberk, give him some gauntlets, and then full head protection. With this suit of armor, I would probably either pair a German bassinet or a hound skull. Maybe the bassinet with clap visor. A lot of them would go with it, but I think the hound skull would look the best with it. And then a padded coif and a mail coif, probably the noble's mail coif. That is going to bring your AAR up to the mid-90s. Most likely. I didn't test it, but that's what I would guess it is. So with all that in mind, let's make Shad murder some people with his longbow. Now we all know Shad's not a killer, so I'll avoid any civilians. Look at that longbow. We're going to want to avoid taking any hits with the suit of armor because there's no head protection, so we'll die quickly. Ooh, we got him in the shin. That's smart, Shad. You get him in the back where he's less protected.
Over here! Quick! Alarm!
Then you pop one right in his chest. Not bad.
Here!
Looks like all that practice is paying off.
Somebody help!
Watch out! I've got enjoy.
So yeah, that's just the Shadiversity armor guide. This is the official one. Not in any way endorsed by Shadiversity, at least not yet. Make sure you tweet him at this or whatever, comment on his videos or whatever, so he can see that he needs to improve his suit of armor, honestly. We need some mail, we need some better hand protection, and we need way better head protection because currently it's not being protected. And you gotta protect your head. If you're gonna buy one piece of armor, if you can only afford one, it's the head. After that, it's the hands. Then everything else is of marginal importance. Next, I guess I would protect my chest because there's some vital organs in there. But let's protect that head. So anyway, random guide there. Just felt like doing something weird today. So here we go. That's all of it is. All it is. If you have any requests or anything else you'd like to see in the game, drop it in the comment section down below. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.